evening, everyone. Welcome. This is Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, the producer, and thank you all for tuning in. Now, tonight, first off, happy Memorial Day, because it's a big one. Memorial Day weekend. Tremendous thank you to everyone out there for spending time with us here. I'd like to share actually a memory that's near and dear to my heart as well that my dad recommended I share about. Well, before I go too much further, for anyone who's out there joining us, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. We get to readings in order here, so be sure to say something. And of course, there's no charge for the first time, but going forward after that, it's $10 per card, or you can pay $100, and that covers the entire month, which is 3 shows per week, Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, just a quick story. When I was a little boy, my first dog, we actually got, my dad took me to go fishing, and we came home with a dog. So that inspired tonight's title. We were thinking about different memories to share, and that one is one of my fondest memories. Getting my first dog, Misty. She was a little white mix we picked up from the pound. So she, was my childhood dog, and was certainly the source of a lot of love in my life. And I'm really grateful to have had that experience and a dad who, after finding out the staunch requirements to be able to go fishing, all the licensure and fishing poles and everything else you need, we decided after getting ice cream to go and look at dogs. And we found this one, Misty, and I just said, I like her. And next thing you know, we had a dog for the next 11 years. So thanks for listening to me ramble there. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, great evening, everybody. Great blessings to you. I light the incense. And this is to help you allow. Allow greater blessings. Allow greater transformation. It takes more energy to stifle your transformation than it is simply just to let it go and go ahead and transform. So great blessings to you about allowing, and this has to do with that dog pound story. So I'll elaborate a little bit more on it. We went to the dog pound. We walked through the dog pound. It just didn't really connect. Kenan didn't really connect with any of the dogs. So we left. And as we're leaving the dog pound, walking down the sidewalk, this old couple is coming up with this Misty, the dog that Kenan was talking about. And the couple said, are you looking for a dog? And we said, yeah, we are. She goes, well, he says, we bought her yesterday. We paid for her. And we're just looking for her to have a good home. We spent the night. We took off hundreds of ticks off of her. We bathed her. We brushed her. But she's just too active for us because she was still just out of the puppy stage. And so I looked at Kenan and I go, what do you think? And Misty just ran over to him. And he's like, I like her, Dad. So my point of telling you this story, and Kenan sharing that story with you about the dog pound, sometimes we have really good intentions. Like we went there, we went there to find a dog. But let me put it this way. If any of you have had to choose, let's say, from a puppy, and one of the things they say is, if you sit down and the puppy that comes to you is the puppy you're supposed to have. It's about allowing and trusting the process that the right animal, the right circumstance, the right person will simply come to you. It's just a matter of allowing that experience, allowing allowing. And we can think that we're allowing, we can trick ourselves into allowing, but that lesson at the pound was very important because we didn't just take any dog. I let Kenan pick the dog, but the dog came to us, and it was after we left the pound. So sometimes we think things will work out in a certain way, like, hey, we're going to a pound, we're going to find a dog in the pound. That wasn't the case. It wasn't until we kind of gave up, let go, left the pound, and the dog came to us. So that's the incense I lit, is allowing yourself, allowing greater blessings. Now, if you're not, maybe it has to do with a little bit of self-worth, or the brain is always wanting to make connections. Hey, when I was little, I didn't get what I wanted, so I probably won't get what I want now. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that right now? Because that was then, this is now. This is opening up the energy. The show is about opening up the energy for more allowance in your life. Whew! And so then we've got the group card, which has to deal, it's called the Orion activation. It's one of the nurseries in our universe. Orion is, you maybe you've gone out to the night sky and you've seen Orion's belt. It's in that constellation that one of the star nurseries exists, where new stars are born. And so this is a message that there's new things being born for you now. And it's about these beings from Orion are there to support us in our spiritual growth, especially if in your star power, in your star potential, to make the changes required to become the most ascended, the most aware, and the most aware being or forms of ourselves that are so important for our evolution. Whew. This is about allowing all the fears and all the setbacks stripped from your energy. Now, maybe at one time those fears or those setbacks served you. It's your brain telling you, hey, when you did this before, this happened and it was dangerous or it hurt you or whatever. This is about releasing all of that and starting anew, like a star nursery. Okay. Here we go. All right, my dear Marilyn, happy Memorial Day. Well, actually, Memorial Day is tomorrow, but happy Memorial Day Eve. Wow. So Marilyn, look up the angel number 3. I won't go into it right now. First of all, homework is angel number 3, or the meaning of the word 3. This is extra protection around you right now. So if you, give you an example, let's say you have an appointment and the traffic is bad or you can't find your car keys. That's protection. You're not supposed to leave at the time you left. There's a reason things work out the way that they do. there's 3 patients that used to be your patients. That have moved on, they've crossed over, and these are from, oh gosh, about 5 or 10 years into your nursing practice. And they were all 3 women. And they're coming through. Why is this important for you to know now? One is definitely stepping forward, older white-haired lady, but she's talking about you've done your best in any way, shape, or form where you're trying to make up for lost time or trying to make things right. You were the best mother. You are the best mother you could possibly be. You were the best mother that you possibly were when the kids were growing up. You've done your best. And they're around you. I don't know, they remind me of like maids now. They're like cleaning up, they're helping you clean up energetically. Any loose ends. It's like they're professional spiritual cleaners. You know, no matter how when you hire a maid service to come in, you can clean your house immaculately before they get here, and then you're always shocked at the dirt that they find, right? They're coming in to clean up any of that, help you clean up any of that hidden dirt, which is what you want. But it's part of that gratitude, like they're wanting to get back to you in that manner. Okay. Good. Yeah, they're there to help you, and there's no reason to be embarrassed, right? Because you haven't dusted behind the TV. it's it's just like, oh, thank you for finding that, right? Thank you for finding that. So that's what's happening right now. So just kind of move through it. And when it comes up, you're kind of aware of it, but it's coming up to go out. So it can feel a little bit. You can feel a little bit moody. You can feel a little bit maybe down or angry or frustrated. That's coming up. It's coming up to come out. Okay. Good. And Stephanie's here. Thanks for visiting, Stephanie. Great to have you. All right. Kat, and we've got, do we have Jared too?
Didn't see him on, but he might be there.
Okay. All right, Jared, if you're here, I'll pull a card for you and Kat anyway.
Oh, he's
Okay, Jared, you're here. I figured you were. Okay, Kat. Well, this is actually going to be for both of you. So this is called the Empress. It's the femininity. It's absolutely everything working out. It's not going to work out like you think it should have, or that you're hoping. Are you willing to, both of you, just to let go of hope? It's like, hope is not really. Could you look up the downfalls of hope, or what hoping is? I wanted to express myself here, and I want it to be. There's a difference between hope and knowing. Okay, Kat. So let me give you, so you'll be able to relate to this. There's a difference between hoping that you're pregnant and knowing that you're pregnant, right? I think you get that. This is about knowing that it's going to work out. So if you can, or it's like, it sets up the energy where, like, you're hoping the pregnancy will be okay. No, it's knowing the pregnancy will be okay. For both of you, this is knowing that it's going to work out. Now, it's allowing however it's going to work out, and not according to your thought out plans. It's not that your thought out plans aren't good, but it's a knowingness. Step into it. You don't cross a stream through the stepping stones by stopping in the middle. No, you've come this far, keep going. Do you want to be stuck in the middle of the stream? No. Are you hoping to get to the other side? No. You know you're going to get to the other side. That's the difference in hope. And then
actually, a quick thought to share on hope that came up rather than copy pasting. Hope is an optimistic state of mind that is based on an expectation of positive outcomes with respect to events and circumstances in one's life or the world at large. So, as we've said before, expectations generally lead to disappointment. So, again, hope can be a very easy way to fall down.
Awesome. Thank you. That was awesome. He took the words right out of my mouth, Kat and Jared. It's about this expectation. So we're all more evolved on this show. This is expecting, not expecting. This is knowing. It's absolutely knowing. And then you both have this power of the earth. Power of the earth. So these are the kids, your 4 children. I don't know if you've considered like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or FHA, Future Homemakers of America. What is the, you guys, when you go to the farm, when you go to the state,
4-H.
huh?
4-H.
4-H. Thank you. 4-H. Thank you. There's something with 4-H. There's something with it. It's helping the kids ground. It's like it's exposing them. It's thinking outside the box, like taking them to tour a fire station. I don't know where this is coming from. This makes no sense to me. But these are your kids. I don't know why I'm saying this. You guys, I've known you all these years. It makes no sense to me. Anyway, there's something with they're needing to ground. And they're like to know or to study the earth. Oh, Andy participates in 4-H? Oh my gosh, that is so cool, Kat. Are you planning a trip to like Hawaii too? There's something with Hawaii. Anyway, yeah. Okay.
That says they're working with building good habits and mindset.
Okay, good. All right. And so something to have like it's like taking them to like a firehouse or like a police station and letting them tour the police station. I don't know. It's like a grounding. It's like helping them understand the very elements of society, which is really important. Yeah. Okay. That was fun. All right, Tiff. Here we go. Oh my gosh. That was fun. Okay, Tiff, you got 2 cards here. Are you willing to let go of the need to make anyone happy? Or to be in, or be caught in trying to make it right for someone else? Because you've got the Strength card here. This is really moving the energy away from you that has to deal with, you know that expression, people say to you, oh gosh, you make me so mad, or, you just make me feel blah, 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 blah. Anyone that's ever said that to you, or can you return to sender? It has nothing to do with you. You don't have the power to make anyone happy. You don't have the power to make anyone upset or sad. Only they have the power to make themselves happy. This is, and raising above, like being stronger than their undeveloped emotional state. They're in an undeveloped emotional state, and it's rising above it in no uncertain terms. And I don't know if you've done this in a long time, but it's going to, like, taking the kids to flying kites. There's something really magical. It's the Mary Poppins. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height and send it soaring. And there's it's almost like a memory coming through in this reading around that, because it's very simple, it's very fun. It's like even taking them to the beach and flying kites on the beach. Those are memories that they will have for the rest of their lives. But there's something really magical because you're working with, especially on the beach, you're working with those 4 elements, right? Earth, water, wind, fire, the ether, the sun being the fire. It's a conjunction of all of these elements, and that's where you're going to be working more and more in. There's just something, even talking about flying a kite makes me feel lighter. It makes me feel happier. So I send that to you, and give you lots of courage with that. And lots of joy, good memories. Okay, Marilyn. Hey, I really want to listen to your talk. So everybody, Marilyn got to speak today. And I really want to hear all about it. Hopefully, if you maybe, oh, you're going to Myrtle Beach in August, Kat? Oh, Myrtle Beach, like South Carolina? You got to look up Abby and Marilyn. That'll be fun. Myrtle Beach in August. That'll be really great. So anyway, Marilyn, so that's funny. So I got to Marilyn Maddox, and she just gave a speech at Unity today. And then I saw your comment, Kat, about going to Myrtle Beach in August. So it would be really fun if you guys got to meet up. Okay. All right, so this goes with Tiffany. It's kind of an extension of Tiffany's card about the need to make it right or better for people. This earth experience, we're here for a reason, to get the lessons we prescribed to get. And it's allowing the space for other people to get into to find the answers for themselves. You can give them clues, but you can't so yesterday I gave a reading, Marilyn, to an amazing woman in Texas, and she has a very large drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Amazing woman. And we were actually talking about this, where you have to allow people to hit rock bottom, and I know you know that, before they make the changes that are necessary. It's giving you strength and courage to be strong and allowing people to go through their lessons without getting emotionally involved or emotionally attached. You can send energy, you can send healing energy, but or love. I think you know what I'm saying here, without getting hooked in emotionally or mentally. Because you're really no service to anyone. You can have all the great intentions, right? Jumping into a river to save someone, but it doesn't do really any good if you drowned as well as they do. The best thing you can do is to throw a life preserver. So think about this as you throwing a life preserver. And then what's the deal on oppression? What's that word with oppression, Kenan? Wasn't that word we were talking about that I wrote on that piece of paper? Was that the word, or was it?
I don't know.
But there's always a way around. So if you look at this card, these poles are not all the way to the side of the card. So there's still a way to go under it, around it, over the top of it. So there's always a way, and it's reminding people there's always a way. Somehow it's going to work out. Oh, and what your forte is, Marilyn, is why I like, when I'm looking at this card, is the ends of the sticks are lit up so that people can see the end of the stick and they can go around it. Like they know that the stick doesn't extend to the edge of the card or to the edge of the boundary, that there's ways around it and you can light the way for people. And you're doing it. So great. I want to hear all about the talk today. And doing things like that and doing more of that helps to light the way for people. That's what you came here to do. You're on the right path and you're doing it. Period. All right, my dear Abby. And can we take that off? Because we're going to do Stephanie next, right? Yeah, take that off.
Okay.
Good. Okay. All right, Abby. This is the fairness place. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate all judgment around fairness or unfairness, but to retract your emotion from what you perceive as unfair? In the end, it's all going to work out. you're going to be taken care of. There's a more of a balance coming in. There's definitely more of a balance coming in. It's absolutely going to be fair. The thing is when you're growing, when you're evolving spiritually, and you're dropping all of this other stuff off, it can be really challenging, Abby. So that's the important thing, is knowing that it's all going to be fair in the end. It may not appear fair right now. It's like if you were judging the race between a hare and the tortoise. You'd think, that's so totally unfair. But in the end, you understand that the hare took a nap and the tortoise won. There's a fairness here, no matter how unfair it appears. All right, my dear Stephanie, it's so great to have you on the show. Thanks for being here. So this is the rebirth card. So just before the rebirth, just before the birth, all of you women that are on the show, isn't labor wonderful? Isn't labor it's so comfortable and it's so miraculous, and you just feel all aglow, and there's no pain, and the baby just pops right out. Not from what I've observed. That rebirth experience is you're going through a major change, but there's a rebirth, there's a new beginning. So this is like women don't give up in the middle of labor. You want to, probably, from what I've heard. Some of you can share your experiences, but this is a rebirth, this is a new beginning for you. I would highly recommend you listening to the solfeggio frequencies. Put those on at night. They don't have to be audible. You can go onto YouTube. They're like, and do the whole range of solfeggio frequencies. Could you write those out? Solfeggio. So you can look them up, but play all of the frequencies. They have sometimes, like, I think on YouTube, like 12 hours of range. Play them all night while you're sleeping, and they don't even have to be audible. You can turn them down to where they may not disturb your sleep, but I want that vibration is really important for you while you're going through this rebirth right now. Solfeggio frequencies. Yes. Solfeggio frequencies. They'll help kind of like, warm water, like during a birth. There are things you can do, music, breathing, all of those exercises, but the solfeggio frequencies will help with this change that's coming and going on. So don't give up, keep going. It's a rebirth. Not comfortable, but very necessary. All right, John. This is the uselessness. Kenan, can you take a look at this card and look at those are astrological symbols, right? So right now, So swords are very, very symbolic of thoughts. And you can use thoughts to cut through, just like a sword, you can cut through the jungle. Or you can use it to cut yourself up. You can use your thoughts to be constructive and go, hey, I'm clearing a new path here. Or you can use the thoughts to kind of beat up on yourself. That is a waste of spiritual energy. That is a useless waste of spiritual energy. This is absolutely knowing how valuable you are. And you have work to do, get on it. Like, get on it, get her done. Get her done. This photography is important. Follow through. It affects other people. Post it on Facebook. Do your website. Get that done. And cutting out any of that oppression, any of that uselessness. Use a sword for what it's for, clearing a new path. Be free of using your thoughts to cut yourself down in any way, shape, or form. Oh, and who you hang around, notice how you're feeling after you get done hanging around them. Especially if you go to public places, like even, just be aware of how you feel when you leave a public place. I'll stop there. All right, my dear Giles. And then we've got Jeff and Tara and Ashley Nicole. All right, Giles. Giles, it's called the Eight of Stones and your knowledge. So get some golf balls and roll the bottom of your feet along the golf balls. Really easy, you don't have to do it hard, but you're needing circulation. And it will help your legs, it will help your entire body. The reflex points in the bottom of your feet are hugely helpful. It'll also help you relax. So, are you able to teach a class in your church or teach a class in your community center? It's really important for you to do some research and prepare to be able to teach. To tell your story and how you overcame what you overcame. These are pearls of wisdom. So, for instance, Lana, my cousin, is usually on the show, and I've been encouraging her to write because every one of the cards that came up was talking about her writing. Well, she finally wrote like a 5-page booklet that was all about her experience, her very spiritual experience around selling this home that 2 people had died in. It was an amazing story. And she did it, Giles. This is you doing it. Also, I don't know if Dee had pearl earrings or pearl necklace or pearl ring, but there's something with pearl. I want you to look up the metaphysical meaning of pearl. Could you look that up, Ken, real quick? Metaphysical meaning of pearl. Because And there's something important with you sleeping by your bed, putting it by your bed and sleeping near these pearls. Because there's something that you need that's around the frequency of this pearl.
They possess healing properties and can soothe the mind and relieve stress.
They preserve. Say it again.
They possess healing properties.
So Giles, they possess healing properties and release the mind from stress. And what else?
Good enough. They represent resilience, grace, and harmony.
They represent resilience, grace, and harmony. Thank you, Kenan. So, yeah, pearls are really important for you right now. All right. Jeff and Tara, thank you, Tara, for being here. Appreciate it. First time here. Well, we'll do ladies first. So Tara, what does harmony look like to you? If an ugly duckling was a swan, it wouldn't know that it was a swan. It would just think itself was a duck. So there would always be this like internal conflict with kind of like, gosh, I don't fit in, or trying to fit in. Are you willing to let go of anywhere trying to fit in? Like Yoda says, there is no do, there's no try, there's do or do not. Stop trying to fit in. And then when you do that, it actually allows true harmony to come into your life through a partnership. And then anywhere where your brain is going, oh God, no, because in this past relationship, this and this and this happened. Because there were two cards I pulled for you, Tara. Anywhere where you're, are you willing to release the fear of defeat or losing, or just know that you're safe. You're moving into more of a harmonious state, but there's stuff coming up about the brain saying, well, you know what, when you tried this before, it didn't work, or when you were in a relationship before, it didn't work. Anywhere where you're this is the group card. I don't know if you were here for the beginning of the show, but we always pull a group card. This is you making a real difference in the world, but it's necessary for you to cut off the rhetoric around past defeat or the fear of defeat. So that's, if you allow it, that will move out of your field, and you're coming into a place of greater harmony. Okay, all right. Here we go, Jeff. This is alchemy and restraint. if you're going to put a kettle on, you've got to keep checking on it. If you have a sick child, you're going to be taking that temperature every few minutes. It's building something, but using energetically checking in on it. How is this doing? Checking in on any person that you've given responsibility to. It's checking in on them. Do a temperature check. Just doing a temperature check. How are things going? What's going on? Tell me about that. Especially when you've got rocket ships taking off. This is important. Okay, so it's checking in with your job, but also this AFC and the ranch. Because I get like these three main rockets, right, coming off. It's just checking in on your leadership or the people you've appointed in certain positions. Do a temperature check. Yeah, but you know what? I don't want to bug them. Yeah, you do. You absolutely do. Yeah, it's actually protecting yourself, but also energetically moving the energy and how you want it to move. It keeps them reminded of helping you carry that out, and it sets them right. All right, Ashley, thanks for being here. Keep going with what you're doing, Ashley. Move forward. So, I don't know. What I'm seeing is like Steve Jobs working in his garage with a computer. Like, computers aren't going to really take off. You know, what's a guy doing in his garage? Well, look what that's become. This is the establishment. This is the emperor. It's building on your heritage. It's building, keep moving forward, but thinking bigger. Who is this going to help? How is it going to help them? This is you moving forward, but expanding what it is that you're doing in a very large way. So it's no wonder that came after Jeff's card, because Jeff's card is about checking in, right? You know, growing up we had chickens and we had incubators. Well, I remember my folks, just like a baby, you know, checking in on that baby, checking in on those incubators, making sure the lights were on, making sure it wasn't too cold or too hot, the eggs turning, all of that. It was a lot of work, but it's going to pay off. Keep doing the work. It's the small stuff that counts. Same with Jeff. It's like checking in on the incubator. Okay? You guys are doing great. We'll do this again tomorrow night. Everyone have a wonderful evening. If you have any questions, call me or text me. Great blessings to you. Have a great night.